Today, as we continue this conversation, we want to hear from a women leader who walked the talk, the full political leadership journey. She has been on a mission with stamina, someone on whose shoulders we stand. I have the absolute pleasure to sit in conversation with a living legend. This segment will be aired on Africa Link in conversation with African thought leaders. And I want you to help me welcome the first ever democratically elected president, female president in Africa, Her Excellency, Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Thank you very much. Please be seated. Madam, welcome.
Thank you.
President Sirleaf, what keeps you up at night?
You know, let me first say a few things to just introduce myself. I would like to have had the opportunity to have gone to each table and met every woman that was there and be able to say to them, wow, you've come a long way. My second introduction is, normally, if I had been just a few years younger, when I going to speak, I would not have climbed and come up to this podium. I would have jumped right on this place and sat down here. I just sat down right there and talked to people. Now we can go ahead. What keeps me up at night? I must say that I sleep well at night, simply because I have nothing to worry about in terms of doing wrong. But in the midst of the night, even though I sleep, before I doze off, I wonder, what is the next target? What is the next achievement that we all plan, that we all think about? Which young woman somewhere in a village has suffered from rape, from other things? How do we prepare ourselves to be able to meet the changing circumstances of our global environment? So you see, yes, I sleep, but I do, either in the midst of my thinking, I try to see how we continue to make progress, how we continue to meet the systemic barriers, how we continue to meet the challenges that women face. And so this opportunity is a great one for us to talk about that. So thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Awa.
Thank you.
You see, you've crossed the line now. You had a foundation, but you also have joined another foundation. So you're both leading and learning. And that is a message to every woman. That you can lead, but you must learn. That is the message.
Absolutely. And you spoke of making progress, and progress needs courage. And you speak a lot of courage. What does courage look like in a room where you're the only woman?
the ability to proceed along your goals, your path to your goals. The ability to see barriers and to rise over those barriers, again along the path toward your chosen goal. Courage is being you. It's your whole embodiment of standing strong for what you believe in, taking a stand when perhaps nobody would want you to do that because of what they think is the fear that prevents you from doing it. Courage is being a woman. You know, women do things in accordance with their values, with their experience, you know, with what they want to see as a better world. And women, therefore, can rise above what we see as something that blocks you, the thing that everyone will say, no, we can't. We just can't do this because it's not the thing that you should do. It's not the politics of the day. You don't want to run against something that would not be accepted because of the leadership and the environment, but to be able to stand up and do what you have to do. Standing up to protect another woman, for example. It's standing up, I think, is what courage is. Being you, the strength of you, the belief of you, the value of you is what courage is.
Courage is being.
Courage is being you, huh?
Madam, you did not just lead Liberia as the president, you inspired women across the continent. What's the boldest feminist decision you've ever made in power? I have to think about that. It's a sad one to say, but it is the boldest decision I had to make. We were suffering with the tragedy of Ebola. And our system and our belief is to bury our dead, to remember them, to have the opportunity to go there and put a wreath on their bodies, on their grave. We had to do cremation. Cremation was not a Liberian value. But we had to do it to save lives. If we had not done that, given the fact that a certain percentage of population believe in washing the dead, in preparation of the dead for burial, we had to cut across that. And that was rejected by many of the leaders of some, but it's a decision we have to make. So that was the hardest decision I had to make. A sad one indeed. I wish I had another hard decision, you know, like deciding whether that I should have made a man vice president. You know, that would have been, I should have been as bold as Netomo. Tough decisions. If you could tell young women entering politics today one uncomfortable truth, something about navigating power as a woman that no one prepares you for, even when you win the presidency, what would that be?
Power is seen differently from a woman. Let me give you an example. When I was elected president and took office, I did not feel that I was getting power. I felt that I was getting responsibility. responsibility to address 2 decades of civil war and the destruction and the institutional decadence that existed, was to be able to address that. To put young people back into school, young people who had been young men who had been child soldiers, to give them an education. And so power is really service. Not many of our people see this, that power is service. That is why you are elected to power, because people see you as the one who can do what is necessary to change things, to make a difference, to make sure that you address those issues that many of your citizens, many of your compatriots feel have disadvantaged them. That, to me, is power. And don't forget, because I always say when someone say, well, if you say power is influence, you know, power is something. How do you address a big issue? How do you respond if you have some man in your government, maybe in your army, who takes a position? I can say to you, a woman expresses power in a different way, but don't try her. We're trying to do something that is wrong. You will see the difference in how one can address that, going beyond influence to ensure authority. But it does not mean because you use power as a means of being able to address issues and to get people to do things they want you want, but also to stand up for what you believe in, to make those decisions based on your national agenda and your national vision. That is also your commitment to ensure that that authority is there to keep them moving in the direction in which you have set it.
Power is service.
Power is service.
Madam, you've mentored many leaders, and I'm privileged to call you my mentor and to benefit from your institutional support, your legacy. What do you look for in a young person telling you, I'm ready for power? What do you look for in these mentees? I
look for what you want to achieve. What do you bring to the effort to achieve it? What are your values? What is your record? You know, it's not one answer to a question like that, because it depends also on the person who it is and the goal that they seek. How are you able to sit and talk to somebody who say, I want to do this, I want to be this? First of all, that's self-confidence of anybody who wants to be what you want to be, is to be you. I say to women, be yourself. If you're a woman, be a woman. Stand up for being a woman. It takes nothing away from you for the power you seek or the authority you seek. Be a woman. Be yourself. You don't have to change yourself because you want to make yourself acceptable to others. Because when you take a ground, you get the respect that you deserve because you're able to stand up for what you believe in. You're able to seek that power, but to seek it with purpose. Power just for power's sake is not power. Power has to have a purpose. Because what is the purpose? The purpose of power is to change things. It's to lead others to follow you in your legacy. If I cannot find 5 of you women here who can see my example, who can recognize some of the things that of the same value they have, and they are willing to be able, if I cannot influence you to also set your goals and to have the courage and to fight the barriers and to stand firm and to show courage and to be a leader that you want. If I can't do that, then my legacy is not complete.
Power is service and power with purpose. Are we taking notes? Because I am. This is a master class. Madam, we talk about preparing the next generation, but should we also be preparing this generation to let go? How can elders exit with grace and be relevant to how they serve?
Our generation is already on the path, already achieving certain things. Today, we always hear people talk about the pushback. Everywhere you go, they say, oh, there's a pushback against women. That is a narrative that needs to be changed because they are not telling the truth. The pace is slower than we wanted. We need acceleration, but there is progress, no matter how. Take the data and look at it and see how many women are now standing up. How many women can stand up in my country, in your country, and say, now I have a voice. Now I can speak wherever I am. I can express myself, even in rural areas. Those whom we have able to give them to address their fears, to be able to say what they want, even those in our Muslim societies where we say no separation is acceptable anymore. We'll all sit together at the table. We all will have a chance to talk and express ourselves. Yes, we may do it with a different intent or different purpose, but every woman must try. We must be able to give them the feeling that they can express themselves in a proper way, of course. But that is something that we must all strive to be. And that is, that's what makes a woman different. Because a woman likes to save lives. A woman is concerned about the feeling of people. A woman is concerned about justice. Maybe because we are mothers, and we are good mothers. We have to take care of our children. We have to protect them. And so that protection, that sensation of being able to see somebody happier, to see somebody well, to see somebody with the opportunity for an education. Yes, I'm not saying it's solely with women. Men also have daughters and they have wives, and they also protect them, and they have a right to protect them. But women just have that tender feeling of just going one step beyond, one step to be able to protect it. We know that we talk about equality, and equality means you're just as equal. In every way, you're asking no favors. Don't get me something that I don't deserve. I want to compete. I want to earn it. I want to own it. I want to reclaim it. I want to be able to be me and to stand up and somebody say, she is what she is because she worked for it. She deserves it. She earned it. That's part of what we seek when we want power. The ability to be able to say those things freely and for people to look and say, yes, that's the respect we want. Respect for what we do, for what we achieve, for how we value life, how we protect life, how we make a difference in the lives of other people, how we lift them up. So often we are up there, but when we're up there, we don't look behind. But you gotta look behind. If you want to keep up there, otherwise you find yourself up there all alone. And when you're all alone, you find yourself not achieving what you want. When you can reach back and pull somebody up with you so that you know you have a group that protects the same values, then you can say, I'm a leader because I've prepared somebody else to take my place. I'm going forward, but somebody else is coming.
So women lead better than men, yeah?
Well, can we debate it?
I want to actually, yeah, go for it.
Can we debate it? Do women do better than men? All I just say that today, the changing global environment that we see, the kinds of things between the countries of NATO that stood together in global solidarity, that stood together for the protection of all of us who have been left behind. I do believe if Angela Merkel were there, we would not have been what we see. I can see plenty of people don't believe that because the clap is just small.
Do we believe it?
I thought I'd throw one at you just to see.
Madam,
Yeah.
can we play a game?
Can I?
Can we play a game?
Go ahead. A game?
A game. So I'm going to say a statement and you say true or false.
You want to put me to school now?
So the first one, most gender equality policies are performative and patriarchal.
What am I supposed to say, yes or no?
True or false?
Oh, true or false? Oh, okay. What if someone here see the same way? Why do I say true?
The West fears a united Africa more than a rising Africa.
False. They see us as a rising Africa. They may not admit it, but it is there. At the size of our young population tells you the future belongs to Africa. And they're not just a population that's there and young, but they're seeking the technological means to be ready for leadership. So,
False.
and also, we're now speaking about self-reliance, right? Self-dependence, aren't we? We're talking about begging for things. We're talking about asking for aid. We're talking about looking for help. We're saying God has given us the means to be self-sufficient. God has given us the means to use our own resources, if only we will use it well. If only we will not misuse it. If only we will not find ourselves using public resources for the wrong things and the personal things. That's where our challenge lies, to be able to retain, to be able to achieve this self-dependence, self-independence that we want.
The last one. The
Okay.
African Union needs a total reboot.
True. I don't know who was the first to say you were trying to prompt me. Who was that? You suspected I might have said false? I mean, don't forget, I was part of the African Union. So I had to think whether I would condemn my own colleagues. So somebody had to prompt me, but the prompt was correct.
Madam, to conclude our conversation as we look forward into the future, what's your prediction for Africa in 2050?
That Africa will be Africa. Africa will unite for the interest of Africa. Africa will take its seat at the global table and be able to speak of its position, be able to take a stand for Africa. Africa must be an equal partner in anything that affects the African people. Let's pray for that.
Madam President, we have 100 women leaders from 25 African countries in this room, and we're hosted by the mayor of Freetown. What's your message to the 4th Nalafem Summit?
I'm so glad that you're here. I'm so pleased with the achievement you have already. I know that's not enough for you. I know you set your goals at a much higher place. And you have your agenda, the agenda that you will use your strength for. So to all of you, stand your ground. We finished now?
Madam President,
no, I really wish I had the time to just go from table to table and just say now, in this table, what exactly would you like to achieve? What do you want to see happen? But they tell me I have to go to another assignment for a while. But I'm
but
coming,
we'll be back.
I'm coming
in the
back
ceremony.
Well, how do I express it in local language? How do you express it? Come on, Matt, you know, tell me. Eh? Adikamba.
Adikamba. Please give it up for Madam President.